Hello and welcome yet again to the homestead. Today we're actually building a DIY chicken coop and I am so excited. So what this guy had, the place we were staying at, what he had was a lot of worn out old chairs that were too worn out to be resold. And this is what we actually reused and repurposed to build a chicken coop. And honestly, it was so much fun and it was so nice and we loved it. But the thing is, we didn't actually get to use the chicken coop because we moved away before the chicken coop was actually, before we could actually bring any chickens here. And it was such a bummer because this was amazing and I just had to show it because have you ever just been so proud of yourself, but like you're not using the thing, you just hyperfixated yourself on fixing and making from scratch, and you're just mad and you're like, okay, you know what? Let me just validate myself like this. Sorry. Okay, let me come help. They do. Do. Guys, these were actually snail eggs. Slug eggs. Snail eggs. They're so clear and they look so nice. You can't even imagine they are. Well, this was yet another chair we were repurposing. He had so many old chairs and they had bugs in them. Some of them. And slugs. And oh my god, they was just so worn down and beaten down that we had to do so much. I had to do so much jumping every time we found a bug, which was a lot of times, okay? A lot of times. Sorry. Metosha? Yes. Quitter. Mbona una force issues? That is not the right answer. That is absolutely not the right answer. Ada kau merutanya? Rudisha kwenye nyuma. Nisieki.
Unajua tutasumbuana naye kidogo. Lazima nihakikishe.
Ati nilikuwa nasema una force issues. Lakini ametii.
Lazima.
Tota hizi sema unaongelea mbao. Wood. Acha tunayo. Sina design ya kuisema bila kusound wrong. Unyitire?
Kereriri. Unaweza nisongesha hivyo ndio nipate allowance nyundo. Hiyo.
Geti.
Yote.
Even the nails we were using, most of the things we were using were actually repurposed. I realized I met a human that has a lot of the same values as me. Because a lot of these nails, the nails he's flattening, they're older nails, and we are reusing them, and we have a lot of them because every time we go anywhere, we're constantly collecting nails on anything. I miss this cat. Oh my god, if there is something I miss from this place, it is this cat because I was obsessed. But I think he died before we even left because we hadn't seen him in a really long while. Other cats even started like invading territory and just being friends with us. It was odd. I miss him. So at this point, we'd already moved the construction and it was to the side of the house. We figured it was easier to do it right now before it got heavier because once it gets heavier, all you're left with is regret of a time when it was a lighter thing to carry and you could have done it before. Anyway, before I take you down the rabbit hole of my train of thoughts, please watch what went on. Or watch what... Anyway, we continued with this. Sorry. Uko mida?
Ona.
Imevunjika?
Kuonyeka. Nani gukarago nyuriki?
Yes. Reke gariki ira kwa tondori. Nataka kukusanya hii sawdust yote. Ndio kunakaa kunyesha. Several bamboos ama uchukue like one piece of wood. Okay. All right. So here it was pretty close. I feel like that's a lie considering I wasn't the one actually doing the building. Nilikuwa mtu wa mkono. That is also building, okay? Okay? I'm gaining skills, okay? Anyway, so we ended up making it some sort of storage space for all the tools that were required to continue building it, and he just continued over the days. He would do this thing where he comes to the site of work and then he removes everything and then he just now sits down and looks at it and plans, and then he just starts. Now he'll just start like that sharpening a knife kind of saying, you sharpen the axe for a longer period of time, then you'll cut the tree. Yeah, I think he was using that logic because he just starts working. The whole prayer mara tatu before uingie kwa hiyo kanisa. Ona wao ganiko kuwerwo hakili ide. You at least blame those people for being carried their brains. Okuo wana, but for being carried Open. Yay! The definition of it gets worse before it gets better. And this was clearly worse. Sorry, this was clearly worse. This was so much worse. This was worse. I felt like we'd been taken back. Damn, those legs, girl. I thought I'd. What? I thought I actually did feel like we had been taken back, like backwards, because of the way we found this compound. But no, we hadn't. And it's patience. A little patience and vision helps. Actually, a little patience and vision helps the downsides of any renovation or building or actually any growth, any form of growth, man. So this continued for a couple of days, and it was raining, so the whole process of putting things back in the kitchen sorry, he kept putting them back. Actually, it was because of the rain. It wasn't like it was some fun thing he liked to do. It was actually because of the rain. It was the rainy season, and we really did want to get our chickens here, our hens here for a while, at least 4 of them, because this would have fit seemed like by the time it was done, it seemed like it would have fit maximum of around 6 hens. Yeah. And I was actually we were both looking forward to it. On this day, me and my very unkempt hair came to actually help, because we found out again that it involved hitting pieces of wood with a hammer, like chaotic rage. Chaotic rage, and I was here for it because he was to dismantle this chair, and I was very much in support, so long as I get to hit things angrily with a lot of strength for a few minutes. I call this part trimmings and fittings because we had to delicately cut this, because we were still going to reuse really large pieces of these pieces of cloth. So we were trying to be extra careful. Why am I yawning so much? I just ate. We were trying to be careful not to damage a huge part of these cloths, because we were going to reuse them for another project. So yeah. This kept feeling like it was some wax image or figure. I really wanted to say it was like an invalid that we were taking care of and washing and cleaning, but no, this felt a little bit more detailed and it's really, really intrusive. And if this was a person who had us doing all of this detailing on them, they would not like it. So I just went with a wax image that this felt like we're trying to fix up something, which we were, yes, but like this just looks very cosmetic. While you're watching it, this looks very, very cosmetic, by the way. At some point, it started getting harder and harder to dismantle this chair. Like there were some parts that were so glued together. Like, what? We know your soulmates. Just detach. You're going to give life to another. How to say creature. Another project. Just let go. Let go. So on this day, I was the one that was removing things from this chicken coop. I was the one removing things from this chicken coop so that he can actually start on what was to be the project of the day. It was looking really graceful. I fell several times. This thing is long and it just triggers me. I trip so many times on myself when I'm wearing this thing. By this time, as you saw in the previous clip, the garden had already been moved to the side, to the other side, and I think the last video about the kitchen garden tour, that was the side of the video that we showed, because we didn't show any videos of the garden being on this side. And this is how the chicken coop looks inside. There's those places for the chickens to roost, for the hens to roost, and there's even a nesting box over there. That's a drawer that we picked up from, well, it was a used drawer. It was no longer being used. I can't even remember where I picked it up from. Oh my god, we pick up so many things from just random places that it's constantly difficult to even like track. Where did I get this from? Where did I get this from? I just know most of our things are. You see that smoke coming out from there? That smoke. That's where we used to light the fire, and there was a fire before, and this was sawdust and pieces of wood that were kept there, and afterwards I became so paranoid and scared that it would light up that we just removed we removed all that wood from there because, well, I became paranoid. The times when I wasn't constantly doing other works of my own, because he actually does work better. Actually, so do I. We do work better when we are in each other's like general vicinity, but not again with each other. For some reason, we work better when we're both alone. So I was really trying to do some cleanup here and there when I wasn't doing work of my own, but then also clean up when I'm not in his direct space, because I felt like I was slowing him down. But I really needed to document this, at least for both of us. on to the finishing touches, the ventilation, the lock. Okay, this yawning is a lot. Anyway, this was also recycled. I can't remember where I picked this up from, but I figured, oh, this looks like a nice net. This can be used. And then suddenly he was like, wait, where's that thing we brought? It wasn't like the papers of things that look like trash, but they're things we know we will one day use because we are a bunch of hoarders. To the material. And I was like, wait, that plastic net? Yes, that would be good for like a windowish structure here. I was like, wait, I know where that is. I immediately went to find it. You may wonder why we were doing this, but this was because of the rain. There was a lot of rain. Okay, I really can get. Honestly, this is a cold morning when I'm editing this. It is a cold morning, and it's just, let me not explain it. Anyway, yeah, it was because of the rain. Welcome to the mess that is the aftermath of any project that we actually do have around here. And anyway, actually, it was tough cleaning this up. But thank you for being with us today. See you next time. Bye.